Welcome to another exciting episode of Unleashing Your Potential with myself, Coach Toriso, the show that focuses on enhancing your way of living and unleashing your potential. Today, I want all the teenagers, I want all the parents to be here because we are talking about sex and dating as a teenager. And for that, I've got two amazing coaches in the studio who deal specifically with teenagers. Let me welcome them. Let me welcome you, my lady and the gentleman. I'll start with you. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Lebogang Dube. I'm a teen coach,
Yes.
so I work specifically with teenagers between the ages of 12. So I say 12 because you're a preteen at 12, and all the signs are starting to show at that age. All the way up to 2021, and then after that, you're an adult, so you can handle yourself, I think. But there's coaches for that as well. That, I'm a teacher by profession.
Oh, nice.
So that is one thing that led me into that direction. I've always wanted to work with people. I've always loved working with people. But me being a teacher just drew me into that particular direction. And obviously, when you're delivering content, we always want to deliver content to learners, but we don't know that these learners are coming from a certain home, they're going through a certain ordeal in their life at that particular moment. And when I discovered all of that, I was like, okay. I want to help. I want to bridge that gap. And that's how basically I became a teen coach.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Gekai.
Yes, my name is Andrew Gekai. I'm a psychosocial consultant with a background with psychology and social work. I am from Evolve to Success Academy. What we do is we equip, develop, and capacitate individuals to go above and beyond their self-imposed limitations, including teenagers and adults. But our main focus is the brain and the mindset of the teenagers and the adult. Why people behave the way they behave, what is the reason they behave in that certain way. So we are looking at the science, or what does the science say. In particular, we are focusing on neuroscience. We are using tried and tested methodologies derived from neuroscience and psychology to give our clients lasting outcomes.
Nice. I love that. You talk about the neuroscience, the mind, and what led you actually to be this person that you are? Your journey, from up growing up, you've always wanted to...
I always wanted to help individuals. Coming from a Christian background, I was having a purpose of helping other people to discover their purpose. So basically, I will say my purpose is to help other people to discover their purpose. I grew up believing that there is more in people than they believe. So I want to help those people to unleash that hidden potential that is lying potent in them, so that they can become their all and their best. Nice. So from childhood, helping individuals has always been like a calling to me. Okay. Yes.
So you've been helping since young, before you became a coach or
Yes.
Nice.
And I'm glad because the reason why I took this profession, doing social work and psychology, I happened to be bad with maths. In fact, I remember my maths teacher took me to the office of the principal and they said to me, in your life, never calculate anything. Hey. That's how terrible I was with numbers. But fortunately, my English teacher said to me, look, I know that you are bad in numbers. I know you are terrible in numbers, but you have a way of talking to people. Every time when you talk to people, you are creating this environment where people want to hear what you want to say. Nice. So maybe you might not have a future in numbers, but you have a future in talking to people.
Oh, nice. Yes. Lovely. Coach.
I'm a math teacher. Oh my. Yeah, all of that went through my brain when you were talking about that.
So from a childhood, did you had somebody that you journeyed with, your mentor, a coach,
It's always been my mom. But because she came from a certain era, there are certain things that I look back on now, and it worked out for good. The way she raised me worked out for good. The way that she walked with me along the way worked out for good.
Nice.
But there are certain things that I will not do
Okay.
with my own children, because the times have changed.
Yes, true.
And we are evolving as human beings, and we need to keep up with the times.
Okay, lovely. A mother. And then yourself? There was there somebody who journeyed with you during your teenage age?
Yes, I think for me, I will say it was my pastor.
Okay.
Because he always believed that there is a potential that is laying dormant in me. And he said, you need to go and pursue that thing. And at that time, he did not know what it was. And I also did not know what it was. But he said to me, go and pursue it. So when people of my age were saying, when I grow up, I want to become this and that, I was saying, the day I discover my purpose, I will do 1, 2, 3. Because I knew through the influence of my pastor to say, life is not about growing up only, it's about finding your purpose and pursuing that purpose. Yeah.
You are talking about purpose. Are you living your purpose? Would you say you're
Oh,
living
yes.
your purpose?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm very grateful that I found my purpose at a young age.
Okay. How did you discover the purpose? Because there's a lot of people, even
Yes.
in their 50s or
Yes.
60s, that still
Yes.
haven't discovered their purpose. How did you discover
It
that?
goes back to my beliefs. It goes back to God. It goes back to me praying about it. I was very curious about it from a very young age.
Nice.
I've always wanted to know what my purpose was.
Wow.
And I think that because I did engineering first and it didn't work out during that time when it wasn't working out, during the time when I lost my mom, I inquired of God, where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? And how do you want me to do it? Hence me going into coaching. And when I went into coaching, I didn't know I was going to work with young people. I thought I was just going to be a life coach.
Okay.
And the more I prayed about it, the more answers I got.
Okay.
So for me, it has everything to do with my faith and just me inquiring to God about it.
That's lovely. Would you say for you, discovering your purpose, you've always wanted to discover this purpose.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I was reading different books, but one book that transformed my life and helped me to find my purpose was written by the late Dr. John Diwan. And Dr. John Diwan said he went to become a medical doctor, not because he wanted to be a medical doctor, but because he happened to be good in math and science. And everybody said to him, hey, John, go and be a doctor, make us proud. The teacher said, go and be a doctor, and the parents said, go and be a doctor.
Yeah.
And then he said, I went to study medicine for 6 to 7 years, and after completing, I realized that I've made everybody proud, but not me. And then he said, on that day, I decided to drop everything and focus on what could be my purpose. And he said the only way to discover your purpose is when you do something and not get tired from doing it. Dr. Miles Monroe put it right when he says, when a bird is tired, it fly. When a fish is tired, it swim. When you discover your purpose, you don't get exhausted. You are energized when you do that thing.
Living a purpose.
Yes.
I so love that. We will continue more. Yeah, they are saying that you have to have somebody that holds you through. I mean, the mother, the pastor, who do you have in your life that is actually journeying with you through this age of teenage into your adulthood? And please, we are going to unpack the topic as we come back after the break.